Bye. There we go. I have no idea why that happened. That is so obnoxious. I guess just OBS decided to fuck up all my shit, and I just been live streaming for like 20 minutes just talking to nothing. But thank you for saying something. Appreciate that. Oh man, that's annoying. I mean, that's whatever. It's the first 13 minutes of the stream. That's fine. Yeah, no, my day is all right. I was it's going all right. I don't know. It could have been more productive. I could have accomplished more things in regards to how I'm gonna have a more, I don't know, improve the overall life quality of my life regarding, you know, pursuing getting a job and shit. But you know what? It's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm just gonna eat a bunch of food and generally just overeat. So it's a vibe. But I'm making music and working on music that I kind of like. So that's always good. You know, pretty happy there. Yeah. Yeah, no, this song, I think I need to like really fine tune these sounds over here, not these sounds. They're kind of they're not like 100%. You know, testing something using SSL compressor or using compressor. Wait, what does SSL mean? Is that like oh, that's a specific type of. It's a very specific type of plugin. Or just using compressor on each of the buses. I mean, I put compressors on groups, so I know like some people do mixing where they have everything going to like different sends or whatever. And then you can like put compressors on that. I don't really do that, but I mean, my style is I have a bunch of sounds and then I group them together, and then generally I'll compress them, all the sounds in a thing. So like here on this thing, on my bubbly channel, they're all getting hit with compressors, you know, to like give them similar transients and stuff. So like this one right here appears to be removing the transients because it has a really short attack time and a high release. And then that's just a side chain, I guess. And then I'm hitting with like ODT and stuff like that. So I do a lot of compression on all of my buses because I make loud music. So you need to like have stuff generally be compressed. Yeah, I've compressors on all this. Most of it, honestly, is like getting rid of transients for the most part and just trying to have it all be like kind of leveled, kind of flat. I don't know. I'm not a fan of using clippers. I suppose in my style of production, I've just grown as a producer only using compressors and like haven't explored clippers very well. So compressors are really, I'm very comfortable with using them. And whenever I do try to use clippers, I tend to just not like the sound at all. And also, a lot of people that swear by clippers and then tell me that I should use them, I don't like their music, so I'm not like super crazy about it. Yeah, drums use a lot of compression. On this song, I don't think I'm doing that much. I mean, I have Bloom on it, which Bloom is basically doing compression and saturation and multiband compression and EQ stuff all for me, so that's kind of like a cheat code. But I often do a lot of like parallel compression on my drums, so like, you know, we can take a bunch of compressors or something. So we have like these drums, right? I didn't even know the snare has that thing panned to the right, but sounds fine in the context of the song, I suppose. Huh. Yeah, I didn't even know that was there. Anyways, generally I'll like parallel compress my drums. Oh, I also have Stab, which is a multiband transient shaper. And I tend to put that on all my drums, which Stab is really, really good. You can get really, really technical. Yeah, Blooms by Oak Sound is relatively new. It came out like sometime this year, half a year ago. So Stab is great. I use Stab a lot, but with like multiband compression, if you just, you know, don't want to use like specific plugins or whatever, you can just parallel process shit by having like, let's say you have like one compressor with a really high attack and like a really high ratio and extreme threshold and a high output gain or whatever. And so this is going to give you like really gnarly transients. And then you can have one guy doing the exact opposite with like a high release, right? And then so that this one is going to give you more of like the airy sound from your like hi-hats and stuff like that. And then you can like mix these together, and then you can also parallel process it with like the dry signal, and then you can also parallel process it with a saturated signal that's like distorted to shit. And then of course you have to turn like all of these down relative to each other so that they're mixed together. They sound relatively the same. And then you can like go in and then you can mix these all to your own tasting, right? Like, shit like that. You can get really like, you can get in the nitty-gritty details. This process just for making them well, the parallel processing, no. The parallel processing is to sculpt your drums and get them to sound how you want. So this is more so for, there's like a lot of creative applications and just like, I want to change the overall sound of my drums. You know, you can get more unique sounds using multiple different compressors doing different things mixed into each other than just using like one single compressor. But you're generally going to want it to sound pretty compressed if you want it to be loud. I mean, the whole like clip to zero quote unquote thing is just the basic premise of you're going to like have a bunch of stuff in different buses that you're either going to compress or clip together, such that the overall volume is like hitting some sort of peak or stays around some level, the max volume of that individual thing. And then you do that to every single element in every bus, such that when they get added together, you have a lot more control over what the max volume is of all the elements added together. And that way you can get shit like super loud. I personally don't really like using clippers specifically for that purpose because I don't think they sound good. But I use a bunch of compressors basically doing the same thing. So for making the mix loud, yeah, you generally, I mean, everything's going to be like pretty compressed, like all my sound design and stuff. It has a lot of like, those are all like at the same volume. They're all pretty compressed. And then what is this? That's also doing that. You have to be mindful of like sidechain and sidechain elements together, such that every single thing, you know, takes its own turn playing stuff. And then you just need a good limiter, and then you just slap a good limiter on it so that you can push it really hard. Because the limiters do matter. Like the Ableton stock limiter, you cannot push it nearly as loud as like Ozone 8 elements, for example, before it starts to sound like shit. And then also just be mindful when you're making something, pushing something really loud, are you making it sound bad by doing that? If you're getting something to -5 LUFS, but it sounds like shit relative to when your mix was at -8 LUFS, well then you either need to go back in your mix and fix stuff, or you shouldn't make it -5 LUFS. That's just too loud for the song. I think some people prioritize making shit really loud over making the song sound good at all, and then the end product is something that just doesn't sound good, and it's like painful to my ears because it sounds like a bunch of like unwanted distortion everywhere, and it's just a brick. But that's me yelling at clouds because I hate the loudness war. Do I recommend using tonal balance controller span to see what's happening? No, I don't really personally. I've never actually used that, so I wouldn't say I do or don't recommend that, because I know a lot of like good producers do recommend using stuff like that. I mean, I tend to like analyze songs. I use, for my like mastering process, I just use a Ulean loudness meter, and then lately I've been using Bloom a lot on my master. Just you mix into a thing. Oh, you should I should also cut out unwanted side sub bass. I don't know if that's a thing. Just a little bit. Do something like that. And I just see how loud I can get it with my limiter, and then just work on managing other elements. I don't know. I guess with analyzing and comparing to other songs, something that I always do is this has been a recent thing that I do, but like I analyze a bunch of Tipper songs, and the sub bass on them for most of his up tempo stuff is all sitting at around -6. Like the kick and the sub is all hitting at about -6 on the spectrum, right? So like I just throw like an Ableton Spectrum, or I guess you can use like spectrometer in mini meters or something. I don't know. But then you have to make sure you're playing it at full volume. Anyways, I make sure it's hitting at amount. I make sure all my songs hit around -6 now, because that's like a decent standard for you to just go by in terms of how loud you want your sub. And ever since I've done that, I've never had an issue with my sub being too loud or too quiet. So like that one, you can pretty clearly, Cat, what do you want? Look at, with sub levels, you don't actually, that's something that I found is less ear dependent and like context dependent on what it sounds like, and more so you can just look at like meters. But I don't know why this sounds so. I guess the resonance is just kind of going crazy right here. The cat is very cute, but it is disrupting. The fuck? What is happening, man? Okay, I know what to do. I'm just gonna force this bandpass filter to go up. unwanted. What's going on here, man? What chords melody? This thing. It's a little bit better. This guy's way too much. We will use an auto filter. But my understanding is that it's pretty much the same thing as Bloom. I think Bloom, you can do a little bit more in terms of like controllability using the different bands. That's just what I've read in like comments on Reddit. I haven't used it, but my understanding is like they're pretty much the same. If you already have Goldfloss and you like it, then like you could stick with that. Or you could also get Bloom. I know you can get like a free trial of it for like 20 days or whatever. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think they both kind of accomplish the same thing, you know. So it's just a matter of like what your preference would be. But I've been using Bloom on all my masters and chucking it on most like groups that like I have trouble kind of making sound like exactly the way that I want. I don't know, in terms of like either compression or EQ. Bloom's kind of like a cheat code to like nudge it a little bit further along the way where you want it. Yeah. Specifically, like using the dry wet, like I found, it's actually at a crazy mix percentage on this song. Usually I mix it in at like 20 or 30%. This song, it's doing a lot of the lifting. Part of me is wondering, okay, if it's doing that much work, maybe I should turn it off and then mix the song better and then turn it back on. But I mean, if it already sounds good, so I think it's fine. I probably don't have to worry about that. But I guess I just like feel like I shouldn't try to put too much rely on it too much for carrying the mix. I don't know. Yeah, but it sounds fine though, so. with that last guy sounding totally fucked up. Oh, I turned off the EQ there. I forgot I did that. Take this slander. This isn't rhythm. It's kind of rhythmy, but it's a waltz. Rhythm isn't waltzy, is it? I guess rhythm sometimes does triplets, but the snare isn't on the 2 and the 4. The snare's weird. I won't hear this heresy. Mickey. Yeah, on Halloween last month, we we had a bunch of trick-or-treaters come by, and we're like, fuck, we need to play Halloween music. So I just queued up some Spotify Halloween music, and like 9 out of 10 songs on the playlist were all like in 3/4. They're just all spooky waltzes with like an organ or a piano, pretty much. And they kind of slap. Waltzes are good. Feels right, though I can't think of any pirate songs that are waltzes. But yes, skeletons, xylophones, and rib cages. There's if you ever go to a beach that has a bunch of driftwood, or you just go into the woods and there's a bunch of driftwood. You're ever at some sort of function, and there's wood around. You can make an impromptu xylophone, or no, not a xylophone, a marimba out of driftwood. It's awesome. Wait. Driftwood. Oh, they call it a xylophone. It's a marimba. Anyways, you just go around, and then you just find a bunch of driftwood, and then you just lay it out on something, either a long stick. They use towels here.
You know, when you use mallets that are just sticks, you be sure to really bounces. That's
Anyways, it slaps. It's good. So I was playing at a renegade all out in the middle of the redwoods. There were a bunch of branches around, and so naturally, they are old people. Yes, I aspire to be like them when I'm old. So naturally, I grabbed as many sticks as I could, and then I made a marimba out of sticks, and then I banged on it, and then that was the end of the story, and everyone clapped at the end because it was really good. Okay, I don't know, I'm probably done with working on the song. I should probably work on something else. We can do something new. We're gonna do a whole new song. And then I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And it still hasn't loaded, so that's really good. That's lovely. On the topic of me having stream technical difficulties, let's see if we can get this to work. I just got a new jaw harp. Oh boy, is everyone excited? Oh, come on, we got... Anyway. Okay, so looks like this is working. Does this have reverb applied to it right now? I think it does. Filters. Yep, there's reverb on my voice, I think. Okay. Okay. Alright, I need to figure out, I need to set up stuff on my stream. Like, that doesn't even sound like it's reverb. I can't tell. Okay. We got new song, new thing. Oh boy. What are we gonna do? I don't know. Let's dig for a sample. Oh, I know. So way back in the day, I made a song from... I thought the song was called Room 5. Electronic. Hmm. It appears not to be in my library. Either way, we can dig for something. Sad sounding. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. So I made a song and I sampled this guy right here. And I'm curious what other songs are in this thing. Okay. We could probably use that just to begin with, honestly. We can just try seeing how many sounds we can make out of entirely just a sample. That could be a thing. I suppose this is kind of also boring in that there's not that much like dynamic stuff going on. Now it's changing pitch the whole time. Let's just steal a bunch of samples. What is going on? I want to read the whole thing. This is too long. These are too long of titles. I don't know why they would put like reverb and delay on a snare. Fuck it. Put that there. We'll take that. We'll, I'm gonna figure out a thing eventually. That. This guy. take so this little looping chord thing. Take this, we take our four-man glitch generator. I think this will sound pretty good. As chords and incredible sounds incorporate. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. But good sounds. I need to sample more in general. Alright, and then we'll nope, not that one. Foreman sound generator. Come on. Why aren't they playing? What did I do? Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, most of those were kind of shit, but maybe we can get something good. Let's go. Da-da. Kind of like some of that. Just like that little dude. More percussion. I need more percussion, but it needs to be like super chill and in the background and not the main focus at all. So what do? We just type in percussion loop because I don't feel like writing anything. I mean, we're in a sampling mood right now anyways. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's sick. I don't know what the fuck these are from, but okay. Yeah, we're not using that. A cajon. I want like vocals of people whispering unintelligently. Not like saying unintelligent things, but like you can't unintelligibly. But also them saying like really stupid shit would be pretty funny. You just have like people whispering like QAnon conspiracies in the background. No, they would think I'm a QAnoner. I can't do that. The fuck is that? I can't. I mean, it's probably cool, but like, man, that 2 seconds. Woo. Okay. That's kind of cool. But it's very spectrally and fucked up. Okay, we'll just go to everyone's favorite shit ton of random vocal samples. It's called Ends Voc Clips.
We lived.
See, there we go. We got weird ass fucking whispering stuff.
All of them.
That's not it.
Although I'm already regretting my decision.
I've used that vocal before.
Am I really doing?
Scary, softly spoken British girl with a bad microphone is the vibe. And then we're gonna flatline it. We're gonna press the fuck out of this.
Everything that I can to make sure that I'm not in this situation anymore.
Can we reduce ambience? Oh, we put that before the flat line to get rid of the noise.
Everything that I can.
Didn't work because it didn't actually get placed before it.
Everything that I can to make sure that I'm not in this situation anymore.
Kinda cool. Let me reverse it. I mean, I gotta hear it in time. Oh, I need to add sub bass. What am I thinking? Do some sub bass here. Something really basic. What key are we in, Ethan? I guess we'll find out. G, I think. Yeah. Instead of doing the crazy rack with all the stuff. Let's just get a pulsing eighth note thing. Let's do that. Okay, let's start structuring it a little bit more. The loop is now bigger. What does that mean? What do we got to do? Well, we can add just little risers or something at the end of every, like, 8 bars, so that now, you know, it's not the exact same loop every single time. We do that. That's one thing. Now let's get utility, reduce the width and also swap it. Makes it so that that doesn't happen. And then we'll also take noisy dream sweep, everyone's favorite dream sweep, the noisy one. So I kind of use this on like every single song now. Maybe I should stop doing that. It's like everywhere. I should warp it. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, it's not like good, but it's weird. The complex mode warping algorithm on... How did I make this? I think it's bit crush. It's like bit crush over bandpass filter sweeping with compression. That's weird. Complex mode does not do well with high frequency stuff. Okay. Let's go back to this guy. Our big thing of random warped samples. Right? We could take this and times you by 2, repitch you. Then we flatline you. Ooh, then we throw all the distortion shit from over here. Was it you? It was you. All of this shit. What happens if we throw all of this ignorantly? This guy. Okay, that's what happens. Wait, you're supposed to be like... Okay, I did say it would be ignorant. Now, that doesn't exactly work because everything else is playing at the same time, but like, let's hypothetically say we have another section over here and we get rid of all the chords. You're like, what? But the chords is the essence of the song. Well, we're gonna have whatever the fuck this dude is. Hey, still a lot going on. We'll just cut that. I said there's supposed to be nothing else playing. What's happening? Is that guy? Like this is a thing. we have something. We have like a B section idea thing over here. I feel like mixing habit wise, this is not wise with the amount of reverb and shit I'm throwing on here, but we're still kind of sketching ideas out, so it's fine. Maybe we can get away with this. I don't know. It's kind of shit. We copy paste this thing over the course from before. We can do maybe like, I don't think this will work here, but we can do like an offbeat dub with I just think we just flatline it. But you're supposed to be pitched up. I need to start grouping shit and actually mixing because this sounds awful. obviously we're gonna do this one more time. Oh, I know something we can do. I know something we can do. We can take this guy. These drums are so boring. What would be the easiest, lowest effort way to make the drums not boring? We type in drum loop. Yo. Okay. I just keep finding the weirdest fucking samples today. I mean, I might be able to, like, maybe. I lost it. Fuck it, let's see if we can, like, just chuck something in here and then quantize it. I don't know, man. We can just take all that. No. What's up, Gordon? Yeah, I just started playing around with samples, and I found, what was the original? Is this from the original guy? Look at this guy. This is the original sample. And so I just took that and repitched around, and I got this guy. And then playing with distortion and stuff. Yeah, Mr. Leaky's here too. It's a reunion. Kind of a hard switch up. Drums. Why are the drums so glitchy? You're not correct. You need to be corrected. Oh, there's no sub. We need sub. We'll just throw the same boring sub back in. No, we can't do that. Yeah, but C# doesn't really work for a subnote, so we'll just move it down a fifth. I don't know if that even works. It's kind of a boring little sample. I just kind of just grabbed the first thing that sounded semi-decent. We can try putting this back in. That's kind of boring. You know, it's just the same thing over and over. It's boring. I don't know, but for the sake of structuring a thing, we can just duplicate this thing over. Add the vocal samples back in over here or something. We can just put this thing here. Then we can just put that there. And then we have a song. There's a song that's finished. Well, we still need an intro. But, I don't know. I don't like it. But also, my perception's kind of fucked now. I think there's good ideas here, and then I kind of just, like, fell flat in where I took this afterwards. Which, Right. Yeah, the drums are fucked over here, too. Why does this sound fucked? It didn't that time. I don't know. I don't really like it. I hate it. Okay, well, I might maybe come back and work on this, maybe, so I should probably save it. I don't know. Like, I don't really want to save it, but there have been many occasions where I made a song on stream. I was like, I hate it, and I deleted it, and then afterwards I looked at the stream, and I was like, wait, that was actually really good. So, keep that in mind. What would we call this? Post Turkey Day. Down tempo. 86 BPM. Yeah? Yeah, I think it's okay. It sounds fine. It's just like kind of boring where it's at, or at least what my brain, I can't think of anything interesting to do with it. All the ideas that I have are boring right now, so maybe it's just my state of mind. I mean, it most definitely is. It's not bad. But check it out. I just got a brand new jaw harp. Oh boy. I just smacked my teeth twice, like really loudly. That's great. Okay. New thing. New thing. Oh boy. Switch back to the other microphone. What are we doing? What are we doing? Right? It's a good instrument. It's a lot of fun. And they're very portable, so you get to bring them everywhere and annoy all of your friends with it for years on end. It's great. Didgeridoo is also great instrument, less portable, but accomplishes most of the same things. It's so good. Okay, let's do something like microtonal, maybe. We can do 26 tone again. I don't remember what the right one is. Only one of these is the correct one. Fuck it, I click that one. And then I guess we'll do operator for now. I can open up the Python script that I have. And see if we can get a cool MOS to play with. There's a kid in your studio in college who played 24/7. Nice, yeah. When I worked at well, I didn't play it 24/7, but I always had it on me when I was working at Dolby, and I was known as the intern who had a jaw harp. Oh boy, a name to have made for myself. All right, take care, Gordon. Are you streaming tonight? You might already be gone, but well, our very respected studio professors. Oh, I didn't do that part. That part I did not do. That's crazy. That's ballsy. Okay, so we use a subminor interval, then we can generate. Oh, there's a pentatonic scale with a subminor generator, a 2.5 ratio. That could be cool. That could be cool. And then we have a 4 large, 5 small. Let's try that. Wait, what was it again? 4 large, 5 small, 3 and 2. Okay. So we go down to C. Much too big. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. What was the structure again? 3 and 2. Large, small, large, small, large, small, small, small. We're doing kind of the right thing. Large, small, large, small, large, small. And then one more large, and then 2 smalls. I did something wrong. Is one interval being confused? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I did this right. This should be 9 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm doing something wrong. Okay. These are brains. These are brains. 3 and 2. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I was doing all of that. That's 3. Yeah. Large, small, large, small, large, small, large, small, small. It's broken. I'm claiming. Oh, we're in 22. I'm so silly. This has been 22 tone equal temperament the entire time. Let's just change it to 22. Okay. I was concerned that the script was broken, but no, it is me who's broken. Super major in 26. Unfortunately, we don't have that anymore. All right, let's take this. Let's shift this up there. See, look at that. It's preserved. How cute. Okay, so I guess 2 steps, this is going to be our generator. So this is our perfect sub minor third or whatever. Our perfect third, I guess. I don't know what the naming convention is for this shit, but oh, I don't know. Let's just explore the scale a little bit. Like what do we do if we do that? Like we can climb in sub minor thirds, which is kind of cool, and there's a little like baby step at the top. What's up, Knock? I had just made a kind of boring down tempo song, and then now I'm fucking around with microtonal shit. Okay. First of all, our root is C right now, which I don't want it to be C because that will make the bass note sound like shit. Make our root E flat, E half flat, whatever that is. And then let's just go look at my drums, and then let's just chuck a drum in here because now I have this idea of having this like offbeat chord thing. That could be maybe a thing. User library, samples, tracks, drums. I think these drums are kind of good if I remember correctly. Which also this song I was supposed to have finished like 5 months ago, and I just gave up on it. Oh, that should be fun. Okay. We got this guy. Don't sound nearly as cool, but I don't know. It's this guy. It's this like trailing tail dude. Okay, that sounds spooky. Get multiple operators. Try to do some orchestration or whatever the fuck. It's kind of an interesting... That sounds like a major or super major or something. I don't... Surprisingly happy, considering I'm using a sub-minor interval as the generator. Yeah, no, it's too fucking happy, man. I can't handle it. Okay, yeah, it has to stay folded. There's like way too many notes. Maybe I don't need that. Or, hold up. Do more orchestration bullshit. This guy, we go, we're just gonna delete all the chords on this one. This is kind of cool, I think. Okay, too many notes, too many notes. Open up operator, transpose down a month. Okay, very cool. Get a wobbly clam. these guys will have in this later section. Let's get some asymmetrical distortion on this guy. That like, oh, it sounds more snotty now. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, this is I really like this actually. I think this has potential for sure. Howdy, what's up, Theme? I don't think I've seen you around here before. We are just doing, I don't know what we're doing. I guess this is like more microtonal glitch hop. It's good. Here, let's do the weird shit I was doing before. So we're gonna set this to the 3rd octave, right? Meaning we're gonna move this down 3 semitones. You know, this is 8 is 2 to the 3rd power, so this is down 3 octaves, and that means now we can phase modulate it with an interval that is like 9 against 8 now instead of like 2 against 1, right? Which creates like cool subharmonics, I guess. Which sounds very bell-like. And then we can take U. But do a lot of the routing stuff I would with Max Live with the kilohertz suite. Gotcha. Yeah, I have not dived at all into like kilohertz stuff. Kilohertz is Fave's plan, right? I'm pretty sure. I know it's a crazy rabbit hole, and a lot of the stuff that like, I know when I've talked to producer friends, I'll describe some of the, like the racks and routing and stuff they do that I do, and they're like, oh yeah, I just do that in like Fave's plan. I'm like, okay, we're yeah, but. Yeah, I mean, they give you like all the tools and stuff that you need, right? It's just like instead of using stock plugins, you're just using kilohertz stuff, and they kind of everything. Though I've lately been getting really into just using operator, like I think specifically because, you know, when you use microtonal whatever, like right now, I guess you can't see it because my face is covering it. We're in 22 tone equal temperament right now. So, where was I going? Oh, with Ableton scale files, basically all native Ableton stock instruments will be tuned to the scale file. So I've been like having to use more like operator, wavetable, and stuff like that. And I've been really figuring out FM. I feel like I thought I understood FM like a couple years ago. Turns out I knew nothing. And like, it's like I feel like I'm like upgrading my knowledge like every month. It's pretty cool. Operator is kind of the best FM, that's for sure. Yeah. We want these guys on. Okay, that was a bad idea. I don't know why I thought that sounded good. We were doing so good before. This is the first new good thing I've made in a long time. Like, it's very rare that like as I'm making it I can tell this is good. You know, usually like I can't tell until much after the fact. I don't think that's gonna work. I think we just literally just want to slap wider on it and make it louder at this point. Just something like that, and then we'll just put this in a group, and then we'll just turn you on. Which is fun. I guess we can try to make a boring intro. FM audio into the wavetable, but having as many wavetables as you want function would be really cool. Yeah, I know you can route and connect like pretty much anything. I'm wondering, is it? Well, I guess you could probably just like set it up to like, for instance, one great thing about operator is how the FM things, you can just change the integer ratio of all of the modulator signals, be like harmonic multiples, and I guess you could probably like set up a macro or something that's stepwise that multiplies the rate by different integers. That makes sense. Something. What was a dream suite? No, I need to use a different fucking riser. I keep using that. Alien riser 4. Alien riser 4, a little questionable, but yeah, it's a little bit too kooky. Yeah. I mean, I could like, it's going to take a lot of effort to, like, warp it right. Let's use Alien Riser 2. This one's a classic. Okay. What now for this section? Same thing, different synth, different FM shit. Let's just duplicate this over. We delete all of you. Over here, what makes you so special, huh? Well, the 5th harmonic, maybe? Wait, what happened to the thing where I multiplied everything by weird ratios? Did I get rid of that? No, it's down here. I think. Whatever, this guy. Okay, so we're going to make this the 8th harmonic. And then we're going to transpose this down. Wait, let's make this the 16th harmonic. So we can get fucking weird, right? That means we can now make a carrier. Oh. Delete. Get out of here. Come on. What are you doing, man? Thank you. Alien Riser 2. What's up? What's up, Bodhi? How you doing? Yeah, Alien Riser 2 is an OG for real. He's been around for a minute. Wait, come on. So now we have our main oscillator is the 16th harmonic, right? And then I transpose it all the way down. Transpose it down, you know, 4 octaves, which 16 is 2 to the 4. Yeah, I just made this in the past like 30 minutes. The entire song, everything before when I started this song has been shit. Don't watch that part of the stream. But this part's been pretty cool. We're in 22 tone equal temperament. So we're doing some funky microtonal shit. The scale that I made, I used by using sub minor thirds as an interval to base the scale on. So like the major scale is based on perfect fifths, right? Or you can think of it as being based on perfect fifths, such that if you keep stacking perfect fifths on top of each other, you're going to end up constructing the entire major scale. Or you're going to construct the Lydian scale. But then you can transpose it or whatever. So if you apply that kind of logic to different microtonal tunings and different tuning systems, because for instance, you can only really do that with a perfect fifth and 12 equal temperament because 7 is co-prime, meaning it's not divisible with 12. So if you keep stacking the seventh note on top of itself over and over again, you're going to end up constructing all 12 notes in the scale. Whereas if you like keep stacking the third note or something that's divisible by 12, then you're going to end up creating like a subset of it. You know, it's just going to loop around and create an augmented or a diminished chord or whatever. Now, in 22 tone equal temperament, there's a fuck ton of stuff that is co-prime with the whole thing. For instance, here, 5 over 22, which is 272 cents. So it's a little bit flatter or it's much flatter than the minor third. So this is a sub minor third, right? And if you keep stacking these intervals, then you're going to end up constructing a bunch of different types of scales. And so this is just like a generalized way to create microtonal scales that have some of the like harmonic and melodic properties that, you know, like the diatonic scale has, in the way that is constructed of large steps and small steps, you know, like whole tones and semitones. And so I found this guy, which I don't even know what this is, but basically this is built up of subharmonic intervals. So every single note in the scale, with the exception of the very last one, is going to have a subharmonic third above it. In the same way that in the diatonic scale, every single interval has a perfect fifth above it, with the exception of the very last one, which is a diminished fifth, right? Yeah, that's like the whole theory behind that, and I just kind of scribbled notes until it sounded good. So it's got this kind of cool, wonky, kind of dark sound to it. I think that's because we have that like sub minor third, which is like a really, really nice sounding interval that you don't really get in other stuff. That still sounds pretty consonant, I think, to me. So that would make sense why it sounds cool. Otherwise, yeah, it's just this basic chord thing. And then just offbeat chords just go crazy. Ban people in Discord. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. I don't know all of it. There we go. There we go. I haven't had to do that in so long. Okay. So what were we doing here? Am I making my own tuning files load into Ableton? So, For this one, no. The 22 tone equal temperament is something that comes with Ableton 12. There's, if you look at the tunings file over here, there's a bunch of them, including 22. I did have to make, there's 26 isn't one that comes with it. There's just a variety of really cool tunings that aren't included for whatever reason. So you have to like create your own tuning file using this website called Scale Workshop, which is made by Sevish, which is a great microtonalist, electronic music producer dude. And yeah, sometimes you have to do that. So like I made like a 17 equal temperament thing, and it's pretty straightforward. You just like, if you open up Sevish Scale Workshop, you go to this little website here, and if you like want an equal tempered scale, you click on new scale, equal temperament. You know, if you want like 26 or something, then you hit OK, and then it constructs, it basically does everything for you, and then you can export. These are all different file formats that you can export. So different synthesizers will take in different file formats. And then there's an ableton.ascl file, which what's really cool about it is not only does it make all the native stock synths in Ableton tuned appropriately, but it also will relabel all of the intervals or all the names on the piano roll, which is a fucking godsend. This was honestly the greatest thing about Ableton 12, because before what would happen is everything would just stay the exact same name. You'd have to use like a Max device like Microtuner, which is already super buggy, and then you would have to like manually like count how many intervals is going to be your octave, and then place like hidden notes like behind everything that are going to be your octave, and then use those as like markers or whatever. But now what's great is that like your octave, like shift up arrow instead of going up 12 notes, now will always be an octave. Stuff like that. Okay. Oh, interesting. The tones intervals between a major and minor third usually consists of nice in a dominant seventh bluesy contest. Yeah. I think that's the, yeah, it's like a dominant seventh chord. I thought it was just random FM bell off tune stuff you did out first, but that sounds more pleasing than most microtonal stuff I've heard. Really sick and interesting. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the FM stuff was me. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing around with sound design for the most part. On like this guy. But you know, you put filters over it and it sounds cool. But a lot of microtonal stuff, like it's a mix of things. So there's a lot of bad music out there in the world. That's just a fact. And then also there's not that many people making microtonal music. And most of them are bad. They're more so like theorists and mathematicians than they are like musicians trying to like evoke like feeling, or rather they're just like not that skilled at it, right? So it's like super unexplored, and there's not that many people making good stuff. So like the stuff that you do here, I feel like tends to also be bad, but also your ears literally aren't trained to like be able to appreciate it because it sounds so foreign and alien. Like this is like almost a universal experience from what I've seen, is that people will get into like hear about it, they'll check it out and be like, huh, that's a weird gimmick, but it sounds bad. It all just sounds out of tune. And then the more you listen to it, the more you realize that it doesn't sound out of tune. It sounds out of tune with 12 tone equal temperament, but it's in tune with itself. It's its own self-referential, like it's its own system that it's in tune with, and is doing its own thing. It doesn't sound like 12, it sounds like something else. It has its own qualities. And then eventually you can start to pick it out, and you can start to hear like scales that have sharper fifths than flatter fifths, or like tuning systems, and they have this like its own like overall qualia, its own overall like feeling that it can evoke, in the same way that different like modes can evoke. It's all very musically useful and valuable stuff that takes a little bit of exposure if all you've ever heard is 12 tone equal temperament stuff. But when it all clicks, and it gets really cool. Like there's a bunch of pieces that I remember hating, like they made me feel like nauseous almost when I first listened to them, that ended up being really cool. So like Blackwood 16, I recently discovered sounds fucking awesome. Who would have thought? It's this guy. So Blackwood 16, this black dude Blackwood, he made in like the 80s or 70s or something, he wrote a shit ton of electronic music, or he wrote a shit ton of like orchestral music using synthesizers in all sorts of different tunings, like from like 15 EDO up to like 26 or something. And they all sound very different and very interesting. What's cool about the 16 is 16 is a power of 2, right? So it's just 2 to the 4th power. Yeah. Meaning since it's divisible by 4, it has a diminished chord in it, right? Because diminished chord is, you know, basically when you divide 12 into fourths, right? So it has a diminished chord in it. In fact, it has 4 diminished chords in it that are all offset by 1/16 of an octave. And so there's these 4 like circles of diminished whatever of minor thirds. There's these 4 circles of minor thirds that are all interacting. So you're going to hear these intervals that yeah, Smollen's fucking great. The visualizations are so good. All of his visualizations for the microtonal stuff is also great. This one a little bit less so because it's not it's not like a Pythagorean tuning, meaning it doesn't like map well to like Western harmony. But some of the other ones, like 17 EDO, he has visualizations that map really well. So the visualization will show notes in a scale relative to each other in the same way that we have like a diatonic scale. This one is more so just showing you like the raw notes. But this one's great, and you're going to hear diminished chords in it, which are familiar. You're going to hear weird shit also. Really cool. Really cool stuff. And like, to me, I mean, I don't know how that sounds to you, but like, it sounds like I wouldn't be able to tell. It sounds just as consonant and normal to me now after a few years of like dabbling with this stuff that like 12-tone stuff does. There's like it's all just music at the end of the day. This one's really cool because it shows that everything is like a circle of fifths, but the circle of fifths is now 17 notes long in this one. And I like how whenever there's like a key change or whatever, the sensation of the tonic changes, the grid moves over. And the reason why, I'll let it play for a second. Like, these modulations you can't get normally. But the reason why you can represent this with a circle of fifths, and that it maps really well to 12-tone, or one of the reasons why, is because 17, you can construct a 5 large, 2 small scale, or a diatonic scale in it. So you can still write diatonic music in it, right? Because if you think about it, 17 is 15 plus 2, and 15 is divisible by 3, right? So that's the 5 large steps. Each large step is 3 notes, and then the small steps are just 1. So 5 times 3, and then 2 times 1, and that adds up to 17. And any number that you can construct in that way will end up having like diatonic qualities and stuff. And you can map and play the exact same music in these. They'll just sound a little bit different because they're going to have a different tuning. They have a different like qualia to it, a gestalt or whatever. It sounds Mixolydian-ish. Yeah, the in 17 notes, the major third is like, I think it's super sharp. Like, it doesn't have it has a super major third, basically. It doesn't really have a normal like 12-tone major third, so it's a little bit limiting if you're trying to like write music that's centered around like major chords that are stable, because the major chord in this sounds a little bit unstable, which I feel like is kind of reminiscent of how Mixolydian, like the flat 7th, makes it kind of minorish and a little bit unstable. I don't know about that one, but yeah, this is probably my favorite piece. Oh, look, it's me. Anyways, that's fun stuff. Microtonal stuff it's cool. Okay, so we're in 22. And yeah, as I said before, in 22, since 22, you can also construct it as, you can also make a diatonic scale, which would be 4 large steps, right? 4 times 5 is 20, and then 2 times 1 is 2. That makes 22. But yeah, in this one, I was playing around with different scales that depend on subminor thirds. Yeah. Oh no, you're good. Your messages have been coming in at the appropriate times on my end. I'm gonna get water real quick. I'm just gonna. I hate it here, man. God damn it. I was just ranting about my cat. Oh god, I hate doing the thing where I do a whole bit and then I have to do it again. My cat keeps busting my door down because my mom is playing the piano in the background and she's scared of the piano, right? So whenever my mom plays piano, she busts my door down, says I'm scared of the piano, and then leaves, and my door is wide open, and then the piano will then, enter my room while I'm streaming and then like go into the microphone and shit. And we don't want that. And then I shut the door, and then 2 minutes later the cat does the exact same thing again. It's just in constant loop. It never ends. It's great. Okay, this doesn't sound that great here. You sound like Garbo. What can we do? Make you different. We can try filter frequency modulation. This has been something fun I've been playing around with recently. So, you know, there's like phase modulation, right? Phase modulation and frequency modulation. We've been talking about that. So fun. Well, did you know that filters change the phase of a thing around a cutoff, right? So, I'll try not to be angry. If you make this move really, really fast, then you're actually just going to be modulating the phase of the cutoff of a thing. So you multiply this by 10, and now it goes up to like 400. Now the only problem is that like this doesn't track the pitch. I did create, I made a max for live thing that'll track the pitch, but it's kind of a pain to set up. But like adds a little bit of like grit, which is kind of cool. Let's parallel process this because I still want some high end to come in. It's a little bit much. I know it's a bit much. I just want to have fun. Kind of cool. What if we... That's cool. FM synthesis becomes a whole new universe because the intervals and ratios the way they all relate. Well, not necessarily. This being in a different scale or tuning doesn't actually have anything to do with how I'm frequency modulating this thing, but I'm using my knowledge of intervals. I'm applying similar principles to how I'm doing FM synthesis here. Basic like microtonality and tuning and all that is just about integer ratios of things and getting more complex integer ratios than just like 3/2 and 5/4, which is the perfect fifth and a major third, right? Which is like what you can kind of think about all Western music kind of being structured around, because those are like the easiest things to those are like the most well approximated intervals, or like fundamental intervals, whatever. So using that, you know, it's like when you're playing around with the operator, you can tune this such that, you know, if this is 16 and this is 28, this is now a 28/16 ratio between the modulator and the carrier, which, you know, if I turn this off of FM modes, these are just like parallel, right? Then you can start getting like some like just intonation stuff. Phone dial tones random, or they have specific ratios? I know they're not random. I think it has to do with like where you're located, what your like phone IP thing is, and what the place that you're calling is. There's some like algorithm thing there, but I don't think the tones themselves have like a harmonic relationship necessarily, but more so it's data. It's in like it's an encrypted form of some data represented as tones. So this is a 16 against 17 ratio, which is like they're very, very close together, and that's why, you know, you hear the beating, right? But oh Jesus Christ, I'm sorry about that. That was not pleasant. Let's just... Say inside of a microtonal chord, the FM ratios affect tonality and timbre differently inside of an equal tempered chord. Yeah, I don't think the FM part necessarily has to do with like if you're playing the chord itself, because my understanding is like operator, it does all the FM stuff for each individual note. And so if I play some note at some funky interval and then I play another thing at some other funky interval, if I play them separately versus them together, those individual notes are still making that specific sound. Like what's coming out of the synthesizer for each note is its own thing. But if you play around with like distortion and stuff with some of the intervals, you can get really, really cool effects because when you play like really narrow intervals, I don't know, it can sound really cool. What's that one thing that I made? Let's look. I think I posted it in the sound design section in my Discord. This thing. So I think this is, oh yeah, this is in 17 tone equal temperament. And so just like sine waves, looping low-end sine waves into distortion, and especially when you're playing like some funky intervals, can get really, really interesting. Like that wobbling is so good. Yeah, and it's pretty much just that, and I just keep increasing the distortion. Now, the reason why the like microtonality matters there is because it's coming out at the end. I have these intervals beating against each other, and then that's going into distortion afterwards. Yeah, the FM math isn't necessarily interacting with the microtonal math. Yeah, I know, it does sound great, and I didn't save the project file, so this is all I have to know. This is all I have. But it's practically like a finished thing. I wish I made it like a minute longer. I could have stretched it out. I could probably like take this audio and like cut it together. Yeah, no, it's spooky. I was also playing around a lot with like asymmetrical distortion. So I don't know if you've seen my last YouTube video, which is just on like fundamentals of like waves, right? But basically, if you create an asymmetry with your wave, or like something that isn't negatively symmetric, like here the positive and the negative sides are inverted from each other. You know, it's just like an inverted polarity. What's up, Exon? How you doing? Congrats on the release. It sounds fucking awesome. So whenever it's symmetrical, it's going to create odd harmonics above the fundamental of all the sound waves going into it. And if it's asymmetrical, either by introducing a bias or by using like a half wave rectified preset, or this one doesn't really have that many. There's like some sinoid presets, like in just like normal saturator. Like if you use the sinoid fold, for instance, you can get even harmonics, which has a totally different sound. And when you like run you know, even harmonics into each other, or when you run multiple saturators and you're like playing around with like introducing even harmonics and then taking them out and then adding odd harmonic distortion and even distortion and bias and stuff like that and playing around, you can get a lot more intentional with it. And that's where like a lot of these like gritty sounds kind of come from. Like you can see here that the added overtones are really close together, right? And that's from even distortion, and it sounds much more gritty and more sawtooth-like, because obviously even harmonics creates a sawtooth wave, right? Yeah, I'm really annoyed with myself for not saving that. It was just one of those things where I made it at like 2 in the morning, and then I was like, oh, this is an experiment, you know? It sounds okay, but I'm not going to do anything with it. And afterwards, I'm like, wait. No. Okay. Yeah, I can't figure out this sound. I mean, I've been yapping the whole time. So let's go back and listen through this. And it's sick. Sounds like a real instrument, but also cool and specific rather than a perfect 12-tone computer thing or random detune. Yeah, sine waves also sound much better. Timbre matters a lot when it comes to tuning or playing things polyphonically or like, you know, monophonically or whatever. it matters a lot. I remember I was watching a video of this guy talking about the continuum, which the continuum is very, very cool. It is a really cool electronic synthesizer instrument. Continue con. I'm gonna find this. Gotta find it. I will find it. I have an Osmos counterpoint. This thing, this fucking instrument here.
That's gonna be the octaves.
So every single finger is like triggering a different oscillator, right? And so you can create like the sound of like choirs almost, or, you know, like in an entire ensemble, and how like they'll drift between chords, and like each instrument is going to be slightly off. Those little imperfections can create cool stuff. Reason why I'm talking about this is because this guy was talking about there's a limited number of presets that'll actually sound good when you're writing or when you're playing stuff polyphonically, right? Because like a lot of the stuff is meant for monophonic stuff, right? You're just using like one finger or whatever, and you're just like zipping around the thing. But the timbre matters a whole lot, and there needs to be a lot of intentionality when you're making something for monophonic or polyphonic playing. And that matters a lot for tuning as well, because the more harmonically complex the sound that you're using is, then all those harmonics are also going to create interval relationships with all the harmonics in your other sounds. So if you're writing something in, you know, some weird microtonal tuning, right? If you're just playing sine waves against each other, the only thing you're listening to is interaction between those two sine waves. If you're playing two saw waves together, you're listening to every single harmonic interacting with every other one. So when the sine waves beat together versus the saw waves beating together, you're actually hearing every harmonic beating against the other harmonic, which creates, as you go up the frequency spectrum, they beat at different rates, right? Because the beating matters on the arithmetic distance between each other, but the tuning, or how close the intervals are to each other of the actual waves, is the geometric distance, with which is like multiplicative, right? I think that makes sense. But basically, if you take sounds that are sine waves, that wasn't a sine wave, put that here. That also wasn't a sine wave. What's going on, man? It's distorted, right? Take. Take some shit like that. Like, that's kind of an intense sound, but like I don't know, I can kind of imagine it kind of working, but the second you start to add more harmonics, it becomes a lot more difficult, you know? That wasn't a great example, but timbre matters. The more harmonics there are, the more difficult it is. So this song that I was playing here, it's all sine waves, and I'm playing intervals that are like 1/17 of an interval apart, right? They're like super, super close. It's super dissonant, but it still sounds all right. And also because it's like all sub bass, and I'm distorting the shit out of it, right? I think also, like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff involved, like melodic contour and how the thing is evolving and like justifies stuffs. And it's also, I'm usually not playing that many notes at the same time. It's not big chords. Why was I talking about that? Oh, because rather than random detuners, whatever. Remember what tuning you're using for this? For this guy, the looming thing was 17 tone equal temperament, which is good. I recommend, if you want to play around with microtonal stuff, 17 is a great place to start. It's only 5 more notes than 12 tone equal temperament. You can get cool stuff out of it. It's definitely one of my favorites. And then I also really like 22. I'm doing 22 right now, but I'm still exploring 22 a lot. Okay, check this out. I hate my life, man. That's like the 5th time that's happened this stream. I don't know why. I'm slipping. What's the 5th below E? I can. A, it's A. This is E half flat, so we're at A half flat. That doesn't work. I'm just gonna keep it with that. We can also try changing the course thing here. Let's slap Bloom on here and just make it mix everything for me, because I don't know how to mix right now. Let's just smiley curve it. That's crazy. That is way too much highs. Oh, it's on 100%. That's cool. I need to do that more. That's pretty, like, writing the melody by highlighting different harmonics of the sound via frequency modulation, right? It's kind of like overtone singing in a way. Right? I'm now highlighting, that's so cool. Right? Like before, it's like the 3rd or the 4th harmonic is like super bright. And then here is like the 2nd. That's very neat. That one's also good. Oh, this is huge. It's like, don't fuck around with changing octaves, right? getting kind of tired. Definitely losing objectivity. My voice hurts. Last time I tried speaking, I got lost in my thoughts and then couldn't finish my sentence. So I should probably stop streaming soon. But let's see if we can get some semblance of an idea down for this last portion. I need, where do I have all the scale here? This guy has the scale. Right. So you, old you, we have this guy, and we have this guy. Wait. We can do this more smart. Something like that. And what if we just slap like an arpeggiator? Wait. Why are you only going up down? Oh, it's because yeah. Grab 31. Record the video. I can't. I'm too tired, I think. Okay, what do we call this song? What call? I already called a song the post Turkey Day song. So I need to call something else. Why can't I English right now? What did we talk about? What did we talk about? Wizard tones was said. That can be something like wizard. Yeah, fuck it. Wizard tones. Glitch hop 22 tet 6 BPM. Okay. All right. This was productive. I got something kind of cool going. Here, I'll play it from the beginning before go. Here, this is the beginning, right? Yeah, let's check. Okay, yeah, this whole section needs a lot of work. This one, I need to do cooler shit. I need to make it like fucking. I need to like change the arpeggiator. Like go like I don't know, just some weird fucking do some. I thought that'd be cool in my head, but I can't. I don't know. I don't know. There's something there. I need to do some more like riffy stuff. I need to change up, like in terms of rhythm. But I think it all sounds pretty cool. Yeah. No, I'm kind of stoked on this. This is first song I made in a long time that I'm happy with, which is super cool because I have a show coming up in 2 weeks. I want some more. I need more new music. So that is cool. It's super dancey. It's pretty like. I mean, it's like a simple concept. I suppose there's a lot going on in terms of like layers and sound design, but like it's just the same chords and same melody the whole time, but it's pretty nice. I think maybe part of that is because it's like in a weird tuning, and so it sounds kind of like it's unfamiliar, so it doesn't get old necessarily like that fast because it's like really like setting a theme. Or maybe not. I could just be liking this more because I haven't worked on this, or because this is a new song and I'm super biased. I also need to probably add more sound design in general, like these guys. Okay, that's cool. All right, I think I'm done now. Yeah, good foundation set. I'm kind of stoked on that. That'd be it's a song you can dance to. It's got a cool vibe. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Super cool. Yay, productivity. Oh boy. All right, I am ending the stream. The stream is ending now. Yeah, I'll probably. I don't see why not. I'll stream again tomorrow. Either around this time or earlier. It really just depends on like what I'm thinking. But yeah. Oh! Before you go, don't go. You're not allowed to leave. I just released a new song like yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that. You should go like it and listen to it and all that stuff. That would be cool. All right. Yeah, I'll stream again tomorrow. Yeah, that's all. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. Yeah, take care.